Guys, Kilo Score, MaddenEvolution.com, bringing you a little game replay for Glitch Episode 3. This is against Chavo247. I don't really remember what his record was. I think he was like almost plus 100 though. Um, so, you know, who knows what his record was or what his level was. But the game was pretty interesting. I mean, I was having fun with it anyway. And right there, he threw, the big pick to me. And I went ahead. One of the things that's been irritating me when I play on my lab name is I never took that coordinator stuff off, so it's like really kind of a pain in the ass because it keeps me from being able to see, um, which I'm not really a big fan of. But there you see, he missed the tackle and took it down. His his game wasn't like too incredibly awful strong. Um, I mean, he was decent. He basically, if you took away the crossing routes and the quick deep balls, he really didn't have a whole lot going for him. Right here, he gets a little screen off on me, and that was definitely a nice play for him. I wasn't too impressed though. Basically, I guess what I'm saying. He didn't really do too many different things. Everything was pretty much the same. Um, and I mean, really, if you're gonna play that way, you can pretty much bank on losing. Right there, I don't know how I missed that interception. Um, I mean, I guess it happens, but and then he got the nice little over the middle face throw and then took the sneak in for the touchdown. Good shit, Chavo247, my man. So back on offense, and basically I'm running out of that New Orleans playbook, running the weak twins. Little completion there to the fullback. This is my favorite play here, tight end shallow. And if I recall correctly, I believe we go over the middle on this one. Yep, and there it is for a big gain. He was basically staying in basic zones on defense, so his defense wasn't like very hard to figure out. Didn't really send too much pressure at me. I mean, a little bit here and there, but nothing too over the top. Got the quick pass out there to the halfback for nice yards. Um, Running a little bit out of Snug's flip. When I run the New Orleans playbook, I tend to stay away from that formation, just because I love that animation when they jump like that. Just because a lot of people kind of view that as questionable, cheesy. I mean, it works though. Snug's flip's a great formation, especially out of the single back. Here he gets sacked a couple times. I mean, he's just not getting the ball off. And I'm actually running like pretty much like max coverage too, so I was kind of shocked that he got sacked like that. Missed another interception there. Fourth and 34, my man goes for it on the 1 yard line. Um, Not advisable to anybody ever, especially when it's only a 7 point game. I mean, it's not like he needed to get a lot of time to catch up there. Um, so anyway, obviously I scored on that one. I'm up 21-7, and he starts to try to run the ball a little bit on me. He's running out of single back ace, which is kind of a dangerous formation in my opinion because you can almost guarantee a C route's coming. And then he lobs it up over the middle for another attempt at a face throw, and I happen to grab that. So I'm back on offense and basically just running the ball and seeing what we can do. This right here is one of my favorite runs in the New Orleans playbook. I think he shuts it. Yeah, he shut it down that time. That's cool though. But that is a great run, guys. If you ever want to try it out, it's out of I-Form Twins. I'm not really sure the name of it. Saint Zone maybe something like that. Um, Got it out there to the tailback. And 4th and 2. I decided to go for it. Basically just because he wasn't really doing a great job of stopping me for the majority of the game, to this point anyway. So I thought it would be in my best interest to try to pick up that first down. And we got it. So good call. 2 yards. It wasn't really that critical, and happened to keep it going. Um, and then once I picked up that first down, then the shenanigans start. And my man basically decides that he wants to pause the game. So we were sitting and waiting and waiting and sitting and waiting and sitting. So 324, 325. Just kind of checking it out. Cut a little bit of the video out here just so you guys didn't have to wait along with me. At some point here in this video, I cut out 11 minutes of waiting on pause. So, yeah, I happened to get the time out there. Good call, right? Thinking, all right, everything's lovely. Um, Unfortunately, after the timeout, as I'm coming up to the line, he decides that it would be a great idea to pause the game again. And that's a very dangerous pause, guys. If you see someone pausing the game while you're coming to the line of scrimmage, I'm not sure the specifics on how it works or even if there is a counter to it, but I have been DC'd a couple times that way. I'm assuming it has something to do with the amount of time between when you press resume and when they press resume. So if you ever see that happen when you're coming up to the line and the game gets paused, guys, be leery of it. Okay. Um, it's during this pause, I believe, that I end up cutting out 11 minutes. I mean, you can see it's like right afterwards, right after that pause, 326. Um, and I'm just gonna send him a message real quick here, just to let him know, like, hey, pretty much every game I play is recorded. Whether I put it up or not, it's a different story. But letting them know basically that we are recording this and just don't do it, man. You know what I mean? Let's just. Actually, I don't even think I tell them I'm recording this one, but I let them know, like, don't do it, man. I know the game. I know what you're doing, and it's not cool. Like, let's just finish playing. In another minute and some odd seconds, I'll give them a concede. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, don't do it, bro. Is the subject, and then the body of it. I don't even remember what I said, truthfully. Oh yeah, I did tell him I'm recording. Yeah. So unfortunately, guys, this happens a lot. This like glitching stuff. I talk to some people though, and they say they never run into it. But like, I mean, I run into it at least once a day. Um, Basically, I think it has to do with the fact that I use Play Now. I don't, go in the lobbies and look for opponents that way. And I think logically it makes sense that through Play Now you're going to run into more glitchers because they don't have to account for their actions. You know what I mean? The guys that hang out in the lobbies, they can't really glitch too very often, or really put it out there like that they're glitching because they hang out in the lobbies, and if they do, it's going to get broadcast throughout the entire lobby, and obviously then no one's going to want to play them. So I think using Play Now, like people are a lot looser with what they do. Um, you just run into a lot more, this type of stuff, glitching, shenanigans. Um, Cheesy play. You know what I mean? You run into a lot more of it, I think, that way. So if you guys are using Play Now, be very leery of your opponent when they start to do funny stuff because it just seems to happen. Um, After I sent him this message, just letting him know, that it's recording, blah blah blah. I cut out 11 minutes of the video, and during those 11 minutes, I basically just waited it out, and he finally pressed resume. So that's a beautiful thing that he decided to go through with the game, at least at that point. Um, so we ended up continuing. You know what I mean? Chavo247, send him a message, tell him how you feel, and right here in a second we'll be getting back to the game. So now we're at what 328. So 2 minutes have passed there. Then I cut out 11 minutes, and then we're back in the game. Um, Basically, I just end up trying to run the ball, run the clock down. I'm just trying to run the half for the most part. Maybe like little short completions like to the running back and stuff are on my agenda, but that's really the extent of it with 26 seconds left in the second quarter, being up 2 scores. 4th and 3, he manages to get a nice stop right here, holds me down. So he gets the ball back, and now this is the kind of confusing part about this, and I'm not really sure if it was a glitch or not, but he definitely did something. He basically just let the game clock go out and get the delay game penalties 3 times in a row, and I've actually had that happen to me before, for whatever reason, having to go outside to grab my kid from his grandma or something, and end up back on offense and the game ends. So I'm not really sure how he managed to make it work like this, but he did. He got the 3 delay game penalties and DC'd out of the game. And here's the third one right here, and you'll see just real quick, connection to your peers lost or whatever it says. Yeah, there you go. Connection to your peers been lost. Um, But I'm gonna show you, like, he didn't get a loss for that, and that blew my mind. So there had to be something going on, I think, or something with the timing. Maybe not. Maybe it was legit. You know what I mean? Maybe he just didn't want to play anymore, and he just thought that was a quick way to get out. But you see there, he didn't show up on my recent opponents list. Um, just gonna real quick just click on. Oh, there you go. You see, I'm still at negative. That was my record before, by the way. I was on a 1 game losing streak. So I didn't get into the loss for that or a win. It was like the game never took place. So stay away from glitches, guys. Take care. Check out episode 4 coming soon. Thanks. Later.